And here we are in Beaux-Arts, Brussels, commemorating St. Patrick's Day. A particularly important St. Patrick's Day this year because it represents 100 years since the Easter Rising. Ambassador Eamon McKay, here you are in Belgium, in Brussels, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And it's 100 years since the Easter Rising. What's the significance of St. Patrick's Day for you?
Well, St. Patrick's Day is when we celebrate our Irishness. So it's a day when we really think about what it means to be Irish. We look at the great qualities that we think are part of being Irish. And this year is particularly special, yes, because of the Rising. So we're looking back 100 years in terms of what the state has achieved over that time. And we're also imagining what the future might be for Ireland too.
And how do you feel that Ireland is doing economically at present in the EU and generally?
Well, we've come through some tough times, but we are back and back with a big bounce. We're now the fastest growing economy in Europe, I'm glad to say, with very big growth rates expected this year. Our export levels are in fact higher than they were pre-crash. So we're back is the message, short and simple.
And is there a large Irish community in Belgium? Do you feel that you get a lot of support from the Irish community in Belgium?
We have a terrific Irish community here, between 10 and 15,000 people. All kinds of groups and activities, up to 30 different groups, sporting, social and otherwise. And people really know how to get together, but they also know how to outreach to other communities. And that's, of course, a big part of being Irish is that outward-looking nature that we have.
And given your position, do you ever get a chance to relax on St. Patrick's Day?
Not usually on St. Patrick's Day, but I always take a day or two off afterwards. But look, there are very few countries, if any, that have a whole week in which to project the image of their country and in which to market in the special way that we do.
Dennis J. Buckley, you are the International President of the Irish and Europe Association based here in Brussels. We are here enjoying the celebration of St. Patrick's Day. On the 100th anniversary, or the near 100th anniversary of the Easter Rising, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means the foundation of our independence and how Ireland achieved its evolved into its independence in 1922-23. But it also is very significant in 1916 is that the Irish diaspora made a huge contribution in aiding that revolution. And also one of the leaders was Padraig Pearse, who actually came to Belgium in 1905 to study the bilingual school system that he wanted to embrace into Ireland with English and Irish. And we have been celebrating in recent weeks different Padraig Pearse events. We had the Clonard Toastmasters who gave a lecture with Dr. Sean O'Reen on Pearse's role was the revolution linguistic or violent. We also have the Irish Theatre Group in the coming weeks giving a drama series on Padraig Pearse, and of course our own Irish Embassy are doing a lot of different projects on Padraig Pearse and the 1916 revolution. But one of the main things about the Irish and Irish immigrants at the moment is that we do not have the right to vote in Irish elections, and this is probably one of the aims that the 1916 remains unsolved. It was a great period for Ireland that after the 16 Rising in 1919, women were the first to have a vote in Ireland, and we had the first ladies minister. But the Irish diaspora and Irish immigrants have been left out of the equation in shaping Ireland, and also they have, we believe, an important role and a right to have a say in how Ireland is governed and how to make Ireland a better place to live. And it would also be a means of engagement. The 70 million Irish diaspora have made an enormous contribution. And I think if it wasn't for the Irish diaspora, the economic recovery would not have come about in the last few years. We had the worst economic recession since 1929 with the bailout emergency and the bank bailout. And it was the Irish who really came in and lent a hand to the government, who in fairness did a very good job in restoring the finances and bringing about economic recovery and in job creation.
You talk about the right to vote, clearly a very significant issue. How well do you feel that the European Union is sort of trying to bring that about, trying to bring it back to you, the right to vote?
Well, the European Union are not really engaged this year, although some 26 countries in the European Union do allow their immigrants to vote, and the Americans, one of our biggest democracies in the world, also allow the immigrants to vote and recognise their value. We would like the European Union at leadership level to encourage the Irish to change the laws to allow and facilitate our participation, even though Irish have rights at local elections and also rights in the European Parliament elections. One of the big issues, again, of course, for all EU immigrants, or migrants, or should I say, in Belgium, we do have a right in the commune elections, but we do not have a right in the regional elections in the, say for example, the Brussels capital region. And one of the proposals we have made is that EU migrants should have a right to vote, in particular in the Brussels capital region, because if their resources are not properly harnessed and to foster European values that we bring to Brussels, our voice needs to be part of the evolutionary process of the European Union and in the European Union capital.
Blondet Murphy, nice to see you here this evening celebrating St Patrick's Day. You are the director of the Palestrina Choir. What brings you here to Belgium?
Well, the choir, we consist of boys and gentlemen, and they tour most years, and so we got an invitation to sing in the cathedral in Antwerp, and so we contacted the ambassador in Brussels, who was very kindly set up a few events for us, including this evening. So it's been absolutely wonderful.
This represents 100 years since the Easter Rising in Ireland. It must be significant and, well, I suppose uplifting for you to be representing Ireland at this time.
Yes, I mean, the Palestrina Choir has been going since 1903 and also sang on Easter Sunday in 1916, and the Pro Cathedral itself, where we're based, was a refuge. People came there as a place of refuge, so it has a great association. And in fact, we're singing at an Arbor Hill commemorative mass on the 24th of April, the exact centenary. So the choir is fairly central to some of the celebrations.
How much fun is it managing a choir around St Patrick's Day?
Oh well, the boys, well of course they brought all their St Patrick's Day stuff with them, and it's going to be great fun.
I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful St Patrick's Day. Thank you. Bartsigna de Pastel, here we are on St Patrick's Day, a very significant St Patrick's Day. It's 100 years since the Easter Rising. You are the president of the Flanders Island Association. What is your relationship with Ireland, and how well do you think Ireland's doing?
Well, first of all, I like Ireland, and my relationship is very simple. When I get to Ireland, I'm at home. That's my relation. Every time that I come to Ireland, I'm at home. So I feel at home when I see someone who's Irish.
Why is that? What's the Irish connection with you and your family?
No, it's just a connection of Flanders and Ireland, and we like the nature, we like the people, we like the Guinness, so we like Ireland.
Bring that up again. So basically, what you're saying is you have a very close connection with Ireland as you live and work. Do you feel that Ireland is doing well at the moment?
Doing better. It's doing better.
Doing better how?
Yes, how? I saw it a few years ago when there was a lot of poverty. The economy was not good, and even the tourist, the occupation was not so very good. But when I went over there last year, and now already in February, you see that the economy is better. the people are smiling again.
May EU reporter wish you a very happy St Patrick's Day.